Felt like Marvel was on top of the world. Everyone was excited when the next MCU project came out. Hasn't exactly been the case for the past 5 years. Audiences, fans have been walking away. They've been saying this is cringe. This is dog shit. What have you done to this universe? Well, they desperately need to course correct, and they've made some frantic announcements and bringing back the Russo brothers and getting Robert Downey Jr. back to play a villain in Doom. And Vera, I don't know if you saw this, but yesterday we had a big, huge reveal for Avengers Doomsday.
Mm-hmm.
The problem was it took 5.5 hours to do so. And we had started to hear whispers, and Marvel had actually put out a couple feelers and like let people know, hey, we're going to make a big announcement. This is going to be massive. And there was a 5.5 hour live stream in which every 10 or 15 minutes, they revealed a new chair until all the way at the end. And Robert Downey Jr. comes in there as Dr. Doom. 27 cast members announced for Avengers Doomsday, which is a lot. It's probably going to be the most expensive movie Marvel's ever made until the next one they make, fucking Avengers Secret Wars. But this is the quickened version of the reveal. Thank God we have Anthony Mackie. We loved seeing him in Captain America 4.
Yeah. The 5 people that went to see it.
Yeah. Well, and luckily they didn't get killed by a collapsing ceiling. If this movie had been a hit, people would have actually died.
That's
this
true.
movie being bad saved lives.
Yeah.
Letitia Wright, who's Black Panther. Oh my God. The big real reveal that they thought people would be very excited about. And look, the point of this is to generate interest, generate conversation. It definitely did that. I don't know if excitement's the right word to use, but
can I just say I'm offended for Tom that he's like in the middle here. Why was he not at the start or at the end right before RDJ?
Well, the thing is, I feel like they specifically spaced some of these things out to have some people you're interested in.
Yeah, because people would be falling asleep halfway through.
Correct. And that did happen with a 5.5 hour fucking reveal. So they did space out some of these ones that I think they thought would be bigger hitters. But this lineup here, and when the X-Men music kicks in, you can kind of tell they're bringing back the X-Men, the original X-Men. So you got Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart in their mid-80s back for more Marvel movies. Rebecca Romijn, who looks damn good for being in her fucking 50s. I can't wait to see her as Mystique again. Alan Cumming, who played Nightcrawler. They're back.
They are. It kind of depresses me a little bit, though, because it reminds me of the Ian McKellen image from the set of The Hobbit where he's just sitting in a complete green room and he looks so depressed. Like, that's the same thing. It just makes me so sad for him.
And the other thing is, we have seen Patrick Stewart in the MCU already. He was in Multiverse of Madness, which was a complete disaster.
Oof.
And that big reveal that was so built up ended in an embarrassing fashion with everyone just getting wrecked by Scarlet Witch, including
Scarlet
him.
Witch isn't even coming back now. She's done.
Probably. And that's what I think everyone
Elizabeth Olsen said she's not in this. She's not in Secret War. And she basically alluded to that she's not returning to the MCU. So are they going to recast her? Or are they just dropping that like big storyline that they were building up for her? Because last year we heard that she was supposed to be getting a movie. I feel like Marvel said, we're not doing this movie. And then she was like, okay, well, psych, I'm not coming back for your other movies.
It's also tough to know, right? We heard for the months and months and months building up to Spider-Man No Way Home from Toby and Andrew, we're not coming back. Like, I'm not playing Spider-Man. Like, so it is tough to tell for somebody, whether it's Chris Evans, who said, there's no chance I'm coming back, where most people believe he's going to make an appearance in Secret Wars. So it's tough to know how much of that is true and how much of that is just them playing the game.
Yeah, well, also, wasn't she supposed to be part of, like, Marvel Zombies?
I don't fucking know.
I don't know anymore. These people say that they're a part of something, then they're not a part of something, so.
Channing Tatum as Gambit does make his comeback. He's been preparing for this moment his whole life, or whatever the fuck he said. Oh, I've been waiting to make a name for myself, or whatever the fuck he said in Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah. And then, of course, Robert Downey Jr. at the end. Now, really,
he's like, shit, I'm about to make $500 million.
Bro, he's getting paid $80 million, and he has bonuses attached when it hits certain things at the box office. Like,
exactly.
They backed up the Brinks semi truck to get Robert Downey Jr. back and the Russos back. But the reason I have Vera here is like specifically for one thing, because all these cast announcements, 27 people coming back, people from Black Panther, Simu Liu from Shang-Chi's coming back because he's probably not getting his own fucking movie. But shockingly, only 5 of the people appearing in this movie are women.
This is so offensive. I gotta clutch my pearls. Holy fuck. Only 5 women? Should have only put 3, in my opinion. We only needed 3.
Yeah, I mean, Vanessa Kirby, we haven't seen her as Sue Storm yet, but I'm willing to see her, give her a chance. We'll see. Just one. Just have one.
What about the Marvels? I can't believe they're not returning. They were my favorite trio.
Yeah, and look, the Brie Larson stands, they're not very happy. Don't expect me to show up to your dumb movies, Marvel Studios. You played dirty to Brie Larson. I hope your movies are a failure.
They still have hashtag the Marvels in their name. Damn, they're living in the past.
They're still trying to get people to watch it. I respect it. I respect the hustle. Grace Randolph was shocked at this too. I will say I really take issue with the lack of female characters. Even with the X-Men, no Wanda, She-Hulk, Storm, Jean Grey, Captain Marvel, Agatha. And we get Falcon, but no gay Wiccan? What the actual fuck?
It's a tough time out there to be LGBTQIAXYZ Marvel fan right now.
Yeah, and women are basically gay too, so like it's also rough for them. Look, I think they should expect some backlash like this when they have been pushing for the last several years the MCU. And when Kevin Feige goes out there in 2018, 2019, in the lead up to Endgame and says, at some point, we're actually hoping to have more female heroes and villains than male heroes and villains in the MCU. That's our goal. Well, these are all the fans that you have. These are the ones that have actually been coming to these things, even these failures. They're the ones that have been out there supporting you and standing for you as your entire fucking empire crumbles. And now you say, all right, bye women, we're going back to men.
Yeah, they've abandoned their older audience in order to make way for the new modern audience, and then it's like they're trying this weird middle ground where they're bringing back some of these older fan favorite actors while also bringing in some of the newer ones, and they're trying to do like this clash of them that does not really work for anybody.
Yeah. We'll see. Look, they have a lot riding on this shit.
They do.
The future of the MCU. Look, Infinity War and Endgame made a lot of fucking money at the box office, but they also were very expensive, made by the Russo brothers. Those movies, even when you factor in the tax benefits they got from the UK, they cost $1.2 billion for both those movies combined to make.
It's a lot of money.
$1.2 billion. So that was years ago. Imagine what it's going to be now. Like, there's a decent chance that these are $700 million budget movies, each of them, Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Now, how much they'll make, I honestly can't. I couldn't even start to give an idea of an estimate just because I feel like this might go really well for them, or it will be such a massive loser and nobody will end up showing up.
I mean, I think that with all of these people involved, the original X-Men cast, stuff like that, look, they're going all out to try to generate the interest that they desperately need for this.
They are.
And because they do need it to be a massive hit. But if you are spending that much money on it in general, you're betting on this being a $2 billion movie. And, not out of the realm of possibilities from what we've seen over the past couple of years. They've had a lot of failures and shit. They've also had Deadpool and Wolverine. They've also had Spider-Man No Way Home. both of those involve bringing back characters that had nothing to do with the MCU that people are attached to and throwing them into something. And they've made a lot of money off both of those movies. So that 2 billion number, they've shown it's still possible, but are they going to nail it? That remains to be seen. But 5.5 hour reveal for 27 people, half of which you couldn't give two fucks whether they live or die. All the Thunderbolts are going to be in it. All the Wakandan people are going to be in it. And then the original X-Men and the Fantastic Four. That's basically your fucking cast.
Yeah, basically.
I don't know. Needs more women.
Yeah, I'm honestly really offended that there's not more women. I can't believe Marvel would do this to us. It's almost like they've only been virtue signaling for the past fucking decade. Oh my God. I can't believe they'd betray me like this.
Yeah.
It's almost like you shouldn't trust companies.
Could you imagine if and I will say this, that is not the only people that are going to appear in this movie.
Oh no.
There's going to be more people. And I think these are just the cast members. So this isn't including cameos or little things or little surprises. This is just the cast. I do think there's going to be more, especially as we get closer to the release date, some little things that Marvel will intentionally leak out there to try to generate interest about a character returning. I definitely think there's more, but yeah, not a lot. Imagine if they'd announced fucking She-Hulk, Tatiana Maslany. Everybody would have fucking rolled their eyes. Imagine if they said the Marvels are returning. Nobody would fucking care.
There's probably going to be another wave of the smaller actors that are announced at an event like this. I don't think that they'll just randomly announce one day, oh, this person's joining, oh, that person's. I feel like they'll do one more big event as we get closer, but I don't think that we're going to see any other major names like Benedict Cumberbatch returning or anything. I feel like the main cast is this.
I think that Strange is one of those characters that might show up at the very end of this movie for some reason. You know what I mean? Something like that.
Could be.
And
like
again, Spider-Man 4.
Credit scene.
Something, yeah. And now Spider-Man 4, we didn't get any Spider-Man in there. We didn't get any Tom Holland or anybody.
No.
But Spider-Man 4 is set to release 2 months after Avengers Doomsday. So I would be shocked if something that happens in the events of Spider-Man 4 doesn't also directly lead into the next Avengers Secret Wars movie.
Yeah.
So, and maybe Strange will have a part in that.
Normies are going to eat this up. That's all I know.
They might.
They're probably going to love this. And then Marvel's going to feel like, we're back.
Maybe. It might be the case. And they might knock it out of the park.
Maybe.
But they need the normies to eat it because normies aren't showing up anymore.
Yeah, no, they're not.
They're not. That's why they brought Robert Downey Jr. back.
So
hey,
how bad the Marvels did.
Well, Snow White might challenge the Marvels.
Yeah.
For biggest flop we've ever seen.
Yeah, mentally challenge it.